a certain level of authenticity which the audience demands today. And I think they recognize when you stuck on a prosthetic on your cheek or you strapped on a pillow to your stomach. They want to see an actor really, commit entirely and surrender to the film and the character. If you see the trailer, I'd like to believe that we've been able to convince the viewers that this is the character Bob. You get what you deserve. As simple as that. I'm not one of those who believes in otherwise. You get what you deserve.
Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashida Sahani, and today joining me for a super interesting conversation is the man of the hour, the actor who aces each and every look of his and performance. Welcoming Abhishek Bachchan, aka Bob Biswas. Hi Abhishek.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Enjoying all the love that's coming in your way after the trailer, and in fact after the first look released last year during this time, I remember. It got leaked actually, and after that people started commenting.
I'm overjoyed and so excited and so happy and so eager to share the film with people now, and I hope they have the same reaction after seeing the film too.
I'm sure. And I have heard you say this before, that half a job is done when you get the look correctly. In Bob Biswas, the way you're talking, the way you're looking is just adding on to your character. So, how did you get into the skin of the character?
Well, there was extensive discussion between Dia and myself. What was really nice is, even at this very young and tender age, Dia is so clear about what she wants. And she knew how she saw Bob Biswas the film. And most importantly, she knew how she wanted to be Bob. So obviously there were numerous discussions, a lot of rehearsals, and we arrived at a look. The quest and the endeavor is to create a character which is very believable.
Yeah.
I want Bob to be somebody that could be sitting next to you on the train, and you'd never be able to guess what he'd done.
Right.
The other thing was, Bob is a very simple, kind, loving, generous person. And he moonlights as something which is the complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
I love that contradiction. And that made it so much fun to try and portray. So, there were extensive discussions, a lot of work, a lot of eating. And we thankfully have arrived at the look. And I think the way the trailer has been received and the kind of reactions I'm getting goes to show that people are appreciating the hard work and have accepted it.
I know, definitely. And was it also emotionally draining or challenging to play Bob, or were you able to detach with the character soon after the shoot?
You're never fully able to detach.
Yeah.
You invest so much of your personal being in a character. It's never easy to just detach. But I have to admit, after having done it for so many years, there is a fair amount of it that you can leave on set and not take home. It's not as difficult as it's made out to be, in my opinion.
Okay. And despite having comparatively easier options like bodysuits and prosthetics, of course, they also come with their own set of difficulties. But I believe putting on a certain amount of weight is the most difficult thing to do for an actor. And you also had to get stuck with it during the lockdown. So, what prompted you to make that decision? Because I read an interview where you said that the makers were initially planning on bodysuit and prosthetics, and you did give it a try.
Yes, I wanted them to be convinced that they were wrong. I told Dia and Sujoy that let's do it properly. Today's audience kind of demands a certain level of authenticity, and they're very quick to pick up on when an actor's just trying to fake it. And once you do that, if you see the trailer, there's a roundness to its face. That weight droops your shoulders. It helps. I wanted Bob to have a waddle of a walk. The weight helps all that. So yeah, it for me, achieving the look of a character, I've always felt that that's 50% of your job done right there. So it helps me in my acting process.
Got it. And of course, we have spoken about the physical transformation. Now, what about the mental transformation? What did you have to unlearn or learn as an actor for Bob Biswas?
Well, the nice thing about Bob is there's pretty much an overriding emotion throughout the film. He's a really nice guy. So we're to maintain that niceness throughout. That in particular scenes had its challenges. That in a lot of scenes made it easier to play that scene because it wasn't like he has to go through this gamut of emotions. He's basically a very nice guy. He's very pleasant. He's very nice. He's happy. He's a bit lost. I don't know what's going on. So, we had to maintain that. So that was a challenge in itself, but it made certain scenes easier.
Okay. And I also saw so many memes made on your, stills, the one where you are walking and the one with the gun in your hand and the phone. So how are you going through any of the memes and are you enjoying these?
I saw, the team showed me some today, and that one with the gun saying when your friend orders paneer biryani is just hilarious.
Yeah.
These guys are so good. They're so fast. I mean, we put out these posters and within like minutes they're out with this. Oh, it's fantastic.
Definitely it is. And what was, of course, you have a little one at home. How was Aaradhya's reaction to watch you in that look? And I'm sure she must have seen the trailer as well.
Well, I was shooting in Kolkata for the film. So, we used to speak over the phone. So she's pretty used to it. So, yeah. She understands that her parents are actors and we have to do this for our profession. So she was okay with it.
Definitely. And now that the film is, of course, releasing on the web space, I'm sure in the past 2 years, the kind of encouragement that this platform has given to a lot of talented people is immense. Now, how do you see your film releasing on the web space as when the cinemas are now coming back to normalcy?
I'm just happy that the audiences are going to get to see it. Bob got stuck in the pandemic. We have finished about 80% of the film when the lockdown was announced, the first one. We then managed last year, about a year ago in December, to go and finish the film. We finished the film, and then when the film was ready and we were hoping for theatrical releases when the second lockdown happened, I think at that point in time, we took more of a financial decision that how long are we just going to sit on the film? We need to release it. And that's when we took the decision to bring it on the OTT space. And I'm very happy to now know that the cinemas are slowly opening up and the exhibition sector of the film industry is getting back on its feet. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy that people are going to get to see Bob.
Of course, agreed. Having said that, do you feel the web space also has a lot of opportunities for actors who have talent and who have, who are maybe not getting a lot of meaty parts in films? And they can show their talent in web shows or films on the web.
You get what you deserve. As simple as that. I'm not one of those who believes in otherwise. You get what you deserve. I think criteria for actors, especially the main lead in cinemas, is very different to the films that they make on OTT spaces. There's added responsibility on actors when their films are going straight to the theater. There's a lot more than just your performance that you need to have to lure the audience to come to the theater. So I just think it's wonderful. I think, when there's more of a demand for work in general, there's going to be a greater supply. And I'm happy that actors are getting an opportunity to work.
Definitely agreed. And what do you think about age-appropriate roles? Now, of course, a lot of these discussions have happened earlier where older actors are playing the romantic lead alongside younger actresses. That has happened. Now, I see you playing a father of little kid, as you are in real life. We saw you doing that in Man Marzi. Also, you were shown as a young man who's looking for a wife. Now, every time we see you play these characters, we do not see any discomfort. While we do see in some other films that that have a massive age gap, and that's not represented properly in the film.
Well, I guess it depends from story to story as well. I mean, we've heard of wonderful love stories between people with a severe age gap. I don't think age has any bar when it comes to love.
Of course, yeah. Sorry to cut you, but my only point is, when we show it that way, like I am all in for love stories that have a 30, 40-year-old age gap. Doesn't matter. But if you represent it that way, like for example, Dear Zindagi, beautifully represented, like Alia falls in love with Shah Rukh, who is 20 years older than her. So that is shown in the film. So that is what I'm asking. How important is age appropriate roles for you as an actor?
Well, okay. I perhaps maybe understand what you're asking. I mean, tomorrow, if I'm offered a film of a college student, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to pull it off. But, you know, any actor who can pull it off and look convincing, power to you. I mean, Amir must have been in his, you know, early 40s, mid 40s when he did 3 Idiots, in which he played a connoisseur, but you never questioned it. So it's also the actor's ability to be able to pull it off physically and emotionally.
Definitely. Agreed. Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining, and all the very best for Bob Biswas. I must say that,
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. I must say that, you know, when I watched the trailer, so I'm from Odisha, that's of course, West Bengal is our neighboring state. A lot of people that live here are Bengali. So when I watched the trailer, I forgot who Abhishek Bachchan is. I really thought I'm watching a real common man from Kolkata.
Oh, thank you. That's a fantastic compliment. That's exactly what we're
most welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Looking forward to watching.
Take care. Good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Good night.